Faster English.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is the podcast to learn English from Faster English. I'm Alex, and today we are going to talk about something that many students think is not so important. We are going to talk about reading. I know what some of you are thinking. Alex, I want to speak English. I want to listen to English. Reading is slow, it is boring, it is not for me. Today, I want to change your mind. I want to tell you a secret. Reading is maybe the most powerful tool you have to learn English. It is the quiet superpower for every English student. To understand this, I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine that learning English is like building a beautiful house, your own English house. Speaking is like putting the bricks together to make a wall. You try your best and you build something. Listening is like visiting other people's houses. You see how they look, you get ideas. But reading is like having the blueprint, the master plan for the entire house. When you read, you are not just looking at one wall. You are seeing the plan for every room, every window, every door. You see how everything connects. Stay with me in this podcast, and I will show you how this blueprint works. I will show you how 5 or 10 minutes of reading every day can change your English forever. So, let's talk about this blueprint. When you listen to English, it can be very fast. The words come and then they are gone. It is sometimes difficult to catch the small words, the important little pieces. When you speak, you are busy. You are thinking, what word is next? Is my grammar correct? But when you read, everything stops. There is no pressure. It is just you and the words. The English language is quiet on the page, waiting for you. And because it is quiet, you can see everything. You can see the structure of a perfect English sentence. You see the small, important words like to, for, at, in, on. These small words are the glue that holds the English house together. They are easy to miss when you listen, but they are easy to see when you read. For example, you read a sentence like, I went to the store on Monday. When you read this, you see to the store. You see on Monday. You see how these small words connect the ideas. You are not just learning went and store and Monday. You are learning how to build the sentence correctly. You are learning the blueprint. Every time you read, even a little bit, you are teaching your brain the rules of English, naturally and without stress. You start to feel what is correct. Your brain sees the correct patterns again and again. And when you speak, your brain will remember these patterns. You will start to build better walls because you have studied the blueprint. Now, let's talk about something else that is very special about reading. Reading is a silent teacher for new words. When you are in a conversation and you hear a new word, it can be difficult. The conversation moves on, you don't have time to ask, what does that word mean? But when you are reading, you have time. Imagine you are reading a simple story. The story says, the man was very hungry. He went to the kitchen and ate a big sandwich. Maybe you do not know the word hungry, but you see the other words. You see kitchen, you see ate, you see sandwich. Your brain is a detective. It looks at the clues and it makes a guess. Ah, hungry probably means you want to eat. And just like that, you learned a new word. You learned it from the context. You did not need a dictionary. You did not need a teacher. The story was your teacher. This is the most natural way to learn vocabulary. When you read, you are not just learning words. You are learning words inside stories, inside ideas. The words have a family. And because they have a family, they are easier to remember. There is one more thing. It is maybe the biggest reason to read. It is about what happens in your head when you want to speak. Many students tell me, Alex, I want to speak, but I have no ideas. My mind is empty. Does this happen to you? You want to talk, but you don't know what to say? Reading is the solution. Reading is the food for your brain. It gives your brain the fuel for speaking. When you read, you are filling your mind with stories, with information, with ideas, with opinions, with jokes. You read about a person who traveled to Japan. Now you have ideas and words to talk about travel. You read a short article about a new movie. Now you have an opinion you can share. When it is your time to speak, your brain is not empty. Your brain has a beautiful library of ideas from all the things you have read. You are not starting from zero. You have seen how other people talk about these ideas in English. You have the blueprint, you have the words, and now you have the ideas. So, reading is not a slow, boring activity for learning English. It is the secret to understanding the structure. It is the best way to learn new words naturally. And it is the fuel for all your future conversations. You do not need to read difficult books. Please do not start with Shakespeare. That is like trying to build a castle on your first day. Start small. Build a small, simple house first. Read things that you love. If you love sports, read a short sports article online. If you love animals, read a children's story about a dog. If you love food, read a simple recipe in English. Read what is interesting to you. Because when it is interesting, it is not work, it is fun. Just 5 minutes every day. That is my challenge to you. Not 1 hour, just 5 minutes. While you drink your morning coffee or before you go to sleep. Make reading your quiet daily friend, and you will see your English house will become stronger and more beautiful day by day. Thank you for listening today. I hope you now see reading in a new way. It is not just one skill. It is the foundation for all the other skills. For your homework in the comments, please tell me one thing you like to read about. It can be about anything. I am excited to see what is interesting to you. Thank you for joining this podcast from Faster English. Keep practicing and keep building your beautiful English house. I will see you in the next lesson. Take care.